Happy Thursday. Oh, it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you for being here. My name is Barb. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you from Michigan. I normally am on Thursdays, so if you're catching the replay, it doesn't matter. If you're catching me live, it is Wednesday, but we have some vacation plans and just needed to do Wednesday instead of a Thursday. So if you're watching the replay, let me know. I'm glad that you're here with me. I am just going to make sure that we are live and things are working this week. Had a rough week last week. I just wasn't meant to be on last week for whatever reason. So I am looking to see who is joining. I see that 4 people are on here, but I don't see anybody commenting yet. So welcome as you come on. Let me know that you're here. Well, hello, Sue. I do see you're on here with me. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And you know, it helps to get the video out when you do share this. Okay. Wonderful. I see I've got it on the screen and the sound is great. All the good things. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Well, I have 3 projects for you. 2 projects. One's a fun fold and a little information about what's coming up with Stampin' Up! Another one is my last Christmas in July, since today is, we have one more day in July. Is that crazy or what? So, hi June. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. I checked with all the products this week. Everything that I'm using is currently in stock. Yay! It's not on a list of, okay, email me when it's in, because it's here. All right. If you're watching, I'm just making sure that things are still working on the phone here. I tell you, after last week, I don't know what to think anymore. So, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn down the camera. We're going to get started with our first project. Let me turn this light on. That is a little brighter. And let's go ahead and turn down to the table. I'm still up here. It's chilly down in my basement, and it's pouring down rain here. So I have my Stampin' Up! Little jacket. I keep it downstairs because I get chilly down here. Anyway, let me put this over to the side so I can see the comments. And we are going to use Delightful Wishes. Now, I have several samples to show you with this stamp set. And I've got things already pre-cut, die cut, but this stamp set has the word wishing, which can be die cut. There's 2 different dies for this. Then you have all these flowers, and then these go with wishing. So I keep my dies inside my case here. These are some of the dies. So this is a very detailed wishing, and then this one is like an outside, so you can stamp it, because there is a stamp. I don't know if you can, how well you can see those there, but there is a stamp that says wishing, and you can stamp that, and you'll see it in some of the samples that I'm going to show you. But then there's also all of these dies that come in this bundle. Now, if you're interested in this bundle, everything that I'm sharing with you can be purchased in my online store. There's a link in the description of this video that you can go, or you can go right up here to my website, and you can click shop now. You can find all the products. So this bundle is what we're using, Delightful Wishes. That bundle is 164710 for the dies and the stamp set. Okay? All right, so that is going to, I'm going to put this over here out of the way. We're going to use the designer paper also that goes with this bundle, and that's called Floral Delight, and it's 12 by 12 paper. And then also another thing that we're using in this project they're holographic resin dots, and you can't, I don't know how well you can see, but on camera I can't tell that well on on the camera compared to in person. They have like a greenish, yellowish hue. They're kind of, I don't, just like they say, holographic. But anyway, they're awesome on this project. So we're going to be using those too. And then, of course, the color I'm pulling out of the designer paper is Old Olive. So let's go ahead and get started. I have everything pre-cut. Oh, darn, I forgot to cut these out. Well, let's go ahead, grab my scissors, and let's just cut this out as more people are joining us. Hi, Diane. Welcome, Diana, rather. This is vellum, you can see, and I need these, gosh, guys, I'm sorry. I thought I had all these, I had all my ducks in a row and all good and prepared, but you get to watch me cut a little bit here. Let me see if I can do this quickly, but we need these pieces cut. So there is, and this is, again, this is the vellum. They don't take very long to cut out. You can see. I know a lot of you are demonstrators on here, so if you're watching the replay, today is August. Today is not August. Today is July 30th, and today, as a demonstrator, we got to see the digital version of the mini catalog that is coming out in September. And you guys, oh my gosh, I have to say there are several things in this mini catalog that are really great. I like it better than last year's for sure. The other thing is that we have some more online exclusives coming out that are very nice. So if you're a demonstrator, go to your demonstrator page. Then you're going to click on the icon that shows that the September through December digital version is available, and you'll be able to see all of the things that are going to be available starting August, believe it's August 5th. August 3rd or August 5th. And you know what? I didn't write that down. All right, I'm almost done here, and I hate having to waste the time and cut this out, but look how fast it's going. So one more. I need this other little greenery here. Okay, so let's get this going here. And I need this last leaf almost done. All right, dun dun dun. That's what I need. So we got that taken care of. Okay, so I have Lemon Lolly, and this is I don't know. Does that? I don't know what those lines are actually. Let me see if I can do this. If that helps at all. I don't know. I don't know if that's helping or not. Let me see. Yeah, I think I need it. All right. There we go. Anyway, Lemon Lolly. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm gonna try something here and see if this helps with that those lines. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna do the best we can. Then I have a few pieces already done. So I've already pre-die cut the word wishing. I've got a couple strips of the basic white, and then I have part of the designer paper I mentioned, and I believe, let me grab my ruler to give you these colors. Wow, okay. The measurements, excuse me, I can't even talk. 2 by 3, and I have the yellow gingham. I have 2 by 3 floral, and it's got the tan on the other side like that. And then I have a piece of the designer paper that is the 2 by 3, and then I have a piece of basic white, and this is cut at 1 3/4 by 4, and I have used the distressed brick. No, I think this might be a retired one. I don't know which one it is, but I think this is a retired folder that I used. You can see the design there. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm sorry. But any embossing folder will work for this part of the card. Okay, move this out of the way. So there's very little stamping. Let me get myself situated here so I can stamp. We're going to use wishing that I've already pre-cut, and that is with Old Olive. Now, I have this here. This is very skinny, and it says, "You all the best." Okay? So this card is going to say, "Wishing you all the best." I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to have to come right up close. You all the best. All right. There we go. Let's see how I did. Ooh, I did good. Look at that. Yay. All right, that's all the stamping that we're going to do for the front of the card. And then, of course, you'll write your sentiment on the inside. And let's put this back here since I have it right at my fingertips. Clean this off because I like to keep those things clean as I go. Okay, so this was just a spare in case I did bad. All right, let's put this together. It's a super easy card. The hardest part is all your little bit of fussy cutting, and then you know, just preparing and cutting this. So this is the front of our card, and the first piece we're going to put down is our vellum. This is a great design to feature different designer papers. But we're going to take this piece, and this is going to go over here. So I'm going to mainly just stay with my adhesive kind of over here so it's not showing. So I'm going to put this down at an angle, right like that. The next piece is going to be my gingham. All right. And let's put this down kind of straight, I guess. I'm going to put that one straight, and then we'll angle this one. Alrighty. And I hope I'm not putting it on the wrong side. I did. Can you believe that? I put that adhesive on the wrong side. I knew it. Hang on. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know how fast I can do it, but I'm going to try it. You guys know that you can buy these little adhesive erasers. Stampin' Up used to sell them. And I can't believe I just did that. I'm going to try to do it this way. Oh, it works really well with my finger too. So let's just try that. I don't have another one cut, so I don't want to take the time it'd take me longer to get the paper out, try to cut the paper, and then go from there. But I think we can get this done pretty quick because I'm going to cover up some of this so I can keep that middle section. I just need these top two out of the way here. All right, almost. Oh, golly molly. Do you guys ever do that? Put your adhesive on the wrong side and you're like, oh man. It's such a bummer when that happens, right? Okay, I think I got it. Grab those little pieces because that's going to be in the middle and my white is going to come over that a little bit. So I think I'm good. Okay, there we go. Let's put this on the correct. Now so I don't get sticky on my work surface here, I'm going to grab my silicone mat and put the adhesive on the correct side, Barb. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. All right, now this one I'm going to put on top, and let's see, I think I need to go like that. You've done it many times, Sue. Oh my gosh, I think anybody that stamps very much will end up, you know, kind of doing that sometimes. So all I'm doing is just putting that right on top. Okay, so just like that, that's what I have for the three pieces. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our embossed piece of white down right in the middle here. Now that's where I said I can leave that piece because see, this is going to go right here, just like that. All right, just like that. The next thing we're going to do, these vellum pieces that I have cut out, we're going to be adding those onto our front. But the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to take this teensy tiny, it's very skinny, okay? Now, I will tell you, I did this card as my swap card. Let me put it on here so you can see it. I did this as my swap card for my team meeting that's coming up once I get back. the second week in August. We always have our second Tuesday of the month is normally our time that we have our meeting. I did those with adhesive sheet, but for this one, I am going to show you this tiny little guy. You can get these tiny little things anywhere, Amazon, Michael's, whatever. But I just put our Tombow glue in here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap down a little bit of adhesive here and there. So, and I'm barely even touching, or, you know, tiny, tiny squeeze on this adhesive. So if you don't have the adhesive sheets and you have these fine little detailed dies like this, adhesive sheets are fabulous. And I just did not cut one for me with the adhesive sheet like a silly goose, but it is what it is. I'm finding it hard to concentrate and talk at the same time. Okay, I'm almost done. There we go. All right, got enough everywhere. Everywhere there's a little bit. Okay, perfect. Okay, got that. So the word wishing is going to go right towards the top here, like so. And that fits very nicely on that white. See that? Okay. Now let's go ahead and put these on. Now these can go on with mini glue dots. They can go on with adhesive. I'm actually just going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of these. I'm going to bring my silicone mat in again. I love this. If you don't have this, you need this. So I'm going to take this and put my put that kind of right up there, and take this one and just kind of place that right here in the corner. Okay, it kind of ends up, you know, going over the yellow a little bit, but you can still see it just fine. And then let's take this. Actually, yeah, this is going to go flat. And this is going to go down here in the corner. Let's go over this way just a tad, just like that. And then last but not least, this little leaf. Okay. And let's just kind of put that right there. Okay, so that's what we have. And again, it's always prettier in person, right? You've put the adhesive on the wrong side too many times to count, Diana. Good, then that means we're all the same kind of crafters, right? Hi, Shar, welcome. Welcome, Carol, thank you. All right, let's add the rest. Now, I am going to use dimensionals to pop this up. And what I'm going to do is take my regular dimensionals, and I'm just going to give myself some little strips here. So, there's one and two. Whoop! They went flying. There we go. Let's get a couple of these little strips so that it fits on here nicely. Thank you. That's one of your favorite designer papers. This yellow is pretty, very pretty. And having the different colors of yellow, I think, is great. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do this yet. So yeah, that's why you have this little silicone mat, so that your sticky is out of the way. What I need to do is I need to cut this down some. This is too much. I'm going to, let's go this way. I'm going to cut that at an angle. And then I think we'll just go ahead and we'll cut that at an angle right there, okay? And then now let's put these on. So, ooh, almost dropped it again. All right, there. Okay. And I've got 2 more projects for you tonight. So if you're just jumping on, thanks for being here. And hang out with me for the other projects. One is a Christmas project, and Christmas in July is almost over. Tomorrow is the last day. Oh my gosh, come on, Barbie. There we go. All right, got that off, I think. There we are. And there's an extra sticky. Let's put this right here on the front. says, wishing you all the best. We're going to go right over top of that flower a little bit and lay that down right here. Wishing you all the best. And then now let's add these gems, these holographic resin dots. There are 3 sizes in this, these, and they're really pretty cool. This one does stick up a little bit, so if you're concerned about shipping it, you know, through the mail, just be aware of that. But they're wonderful. They really take on different colors. So let's just grab one of the medium ones here. Let's go over here where I've already used some of them. Let's grab a medium and get this sticky out of the way. Let's just go right there, and let's grab a tiny and come up here, and then let's take another medium, grab that, and that one, where did I put that one over here? Let's go right here, just like that. And there is card number 1. So that's my swap card for our team meeting that's coming up. And hopefully that you like that. The different colors. Let me show you some samples using the bundle and the dies. The bundle, the dies are in the bundle, right? Okay, let's get this out of the way. And let me grab those samples, because half the time I forget, and I don't want to forget. So, okay. I have quite a few, and let me grab them and show you. Oh. Now, this was a suite. The suite is no longer available, and that's because the ribbon that came with this suite is sold out. The other things that are in the suite are all still available. Okay, so here is one card that I got in a. Several of these I got in a swap, and some of them I made from a class that I took. So there is using the designer paper. Here, the designer paper and the ribbon, the yellow ribbon, and then this is a die. See that design back there? That is a die that cuts that out. Here is another. Now this is a lot of fussy cutting, so if you're not a fussy cut person, yeah, but these are some samples that I did. Very pretty. Giving you some ideas. The layouts are awesome. I love using swaps for layouts as things go, you know, as I continue doing other cards and such. There's some more of that. This is the blue pool party vellum gingham that's in the gingham packet, and that's still available. Here's another sample to share. I think I did this card. I think I did this card in a live at one point, I believe. Here is a card. This is from Gwen EICH. This was from a swap. Here's one that I put together using I don't know the name of that punch, but it's available. And this is pretty cool. This is using some dies along with the corner dies that we had that just retired. But isn't that pretty? I love it. Here is one using a flower die with the top and the backing. And then see how I told you you could stamp, or you can use the skinny wishing. The white that's behind there is the other die that is in the bundle. Okay. And here's another swap. This is from Dawn Bourget. And this swap is from Lisa Lemons. Cute. This one's different. It's not yellow. It's very nice, like for a wedding. This says wishing you a happy birthday, but isn't this cool how this die just cuts out and it gives you a different kind of design in the card itself. This is from Connie Melton. And this one is another one using the ribbon and the vellum. This is using Julie Davison's $1 million stamp set that's really cool. And this is Carrie Blake. So there are some samples with all the goodies from, now the little tiny bee trinkets, those are part of that suite too, and those are still available. Hi, Mary Ellen. You love this set, got it, and have made lots of cards. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad that I shared some samples to give you some more ideas. Okay, so there's card number 1, and let me get that out of the way. Now, card number 2 is a special fold, and Stampin' Up has said that we can share this. There will be a last chance, some things on the last chance list coming up, and you're going to notice some of those are celebration items from 2025. I don't know if it's prior to 2025. However, with that being said, some of the items are going to be on there. So I thought I would feature one of my favorite things from the celebration of 2025, and that is Bloom Impressions 12 by 12 paper. So if this comes out on that last chance list, you guys, these are beautiful, beautiful papers. So I don't know if you had a chance to get these at the time, so if they come out, grab it. So here you go. Here's some pretty yellow that coordinates with the stamp bundle I just did with the yellows, those papers. But look at the back sides. They're a little bit muted, so you have something nice to go against the fancy or the more busy papers, I guess. So yeah, look at that. Look at how that coordinates so pretty. And there's that. This paper is really pretty. Beautiful sky looking paper on the back. And last, we have this blackberry and kind of pretty pink, all the pretty colors. So that's, I don't have any idea if it's going to be on that last chance, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to share this in this video so you could see one of the products that might be on the last chance list coming up. All right, we're going to feature a stamp set that I've not really done anything. I don't think I've done anything with this set. I don't remember. We used it as a team meeting, but I don't think I've showed anything here. We're going to use Blackberry Bliss. I'm using my little Stampin' Spot because I have things prepared for my monthly stamp night, and I've got those things all in a basket. Anyway, Fancy Borders. This is a stamp set. This is an online exclusive. Let's see, did I write this down? I probably didn't. Yes, I did. Fancy Borders Bundle 165381. All right, so here is the stamp set. A little hello with a lot of love, just because. Sent with love, special delivery. You can use that for all kinds of occasions. And then here are the dies. These dies have some, I don't have a lot of samples, but these borders are great. Okay, these have made some there's some samples. I just haven't played with this one like I should, but those are the dies, and actually tonight we're using this die right here in the project, and what this does is it actually cuts out. You'll see in a moment. So you get a bunch of little pieces. You don't get a whole piece like this. It doesn't come out in one piece. So the blue card and what to do with that die. Thank you. Oh, good. Good. All right, so lots of different, you know, these are bigger. So, well, no, they're not. These are true to size. So if you guys don't realize, sometimes the picture on the front is not the true size that stamps. So always look down in this area right here to see if there is a percentage here, because it'll say images shown at 85%, 90%, something like that. These are all true to size that you see on the front here. Okay? All right, so there's that. So, Blackberry Bliss, we're using that stamp. So let me show you what we got. If I can pull it over here. I am using color, I'm pulling colors out of the paper, okay? And I am using the, oh, where are you? I thought that I had, it is Summer Splash, okay? Summer Splash. And I have a piece of the designer paper, and it's this one here. This is 4 by 5 1/4 onto 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so that's going to be kind of our card base. And I don't know if I want it that. I don't know which way I want it yet. I think, yeah, we're going to put it with this design up. Okay. So we're going to put the solid color on the back. This is going to mount with 1/4 inch all the way around, just like that. Okay. And then I have another piece of the Summer Splash. Now this, I believe, is 9 3/4 by 4 1/4. So let's, or 4, maybe it's 4. Let's see. 9 3/4 by 4, and this is scored at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. Okay, so I've scored that in our cut trimmer, the trimmer that has the scoring tool right in it, and we're going to be using this for our front. So what I've done is I've pre-cut the designer paper that we're going to be using, and I have, see, this is the die. You can see it here. That's how the die cuts out from the fancy borders. That's one of the dies. So that's what we're going to use. Okay, so that's going to go on the front piece. Then I have this beautiful design. It has the blue here. That's going to go here. And then I have, and these pieces, I don't think I told you, but they're just 1/4 inch smaller. So 3 inches by 3 3/4. That's what these are. All three of these are 3 by 3 1/4, 3 3/4, excuse me. And this is Petunia Pop, coordinating with all these colors. 3 by 3 3/4. That's Petunia Pop. Oh, by the way, this is two-tone cardstock. I'll show you just one moment. How you can, it looks great. It goes with this really well because of the two-tone colors in the leaves. 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And then I have these little strips that I cut, and I'm going to use that also. So let's put this together. Okay, now, so here is the lighter color of the Summer Splash, and then this is the darker color. See the difference? This two-tone cardstock is a little less heavy. It's not as heavy as the regular cardstock, the Petunia Pop, so it's nice to use for layers on your projects. And then you can see both the different tones of the cardstock too in your project. All right, so this is going to close like this. So I want this piece. This is the one that coordinates over on the base. Let me go over here. So because I've got these holes, and that way I'm not getting adhesive on my working surface. Okay, so I should have stamped this first, but that's okay. We're gonna trust the process here that I'm gonna stamp just fine. Okay, let's do that right there. And then I have taken and fussy cut a little cluster of the flowers with the leaves out of the designer paper here. So I've already pre-done that. That is going to go, I'm going to put this right over here with a dimensional. But before I do that, I want to stamp. I'm going to stamp Sent with Love. Okay, that way I can write whatever I want to on the inside. I'm using the Blackberry Bliss because that's one of the colors that are that's in the designer paper here. And again, this designer paper was from Celebration 2025. I don't know if this might be one of the last chance product they're gonna put back in here soon as they update that, because it does get updated and it's about time to be updated. So Sent with Love. So let's just pray. I'm going to kind of put this down to guess. I want to have that. I'm going to put it down here a little bit, just like that. Fabulous. Sent with love. Okay. Wash that dark color off of my polymer. You know, polymer stains, and so you can't always get them completely. When you have these red tone colors and the dark blues, they do stain your stamps, but it does not affect how it stamps. It still works fabulous. All right, dimensionals, wherefore art thou? Over here. Let's grab a big dimensional and just put that right in the middle of my flower. And let's put that right here. Let's do that. Okay, so that's going to be the front. That's going to be the front of our card. Isn't that pretty? Super easy. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm just going to put this fun design right in the center as a design, and I will show you guys my inspiration here. And if I'm not positive, but I might have gotten this layout from Miss Sue Somerville that's on here. I can't remember for sure, but anyway, before I put this onto the Petunia Pop, let's see, did I cut that down? I sure did. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if I cut it down or not. Now, because this is wider than this and I run it on here, I am not going to get adhesive. It's just going to stick to my paper, okay? I love that. And that's just kind of going to go down here at the bottom. And I think I'll just bring it right to the bottom instead of kind of having a little bit of white left. Okay, let's do that. There we go. Okay, now this is going to go onto the Petunia Pop. And this is a really cool design for any designer papers, you guys. I just wanted to feature this designer paper because it was one of my favorite things from the celebration time. And I thought, well, maybe they'll, ooh, I hate that when that happens. It's because I pushed too hard. There we go. Okay, get the sticky off my fingers, throw it in the trash over here. Okay. And this is going to go right here. And I'm making sure that these are all lining up right across the top equal. And look at that. That is so nice. And you've got your two-tone there. If they open that completely or open it like that, they can see. That's going to go like this. And then now we are ready to add this to our larger card base. Okay. And then pull it all together with these. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Just like that. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Taryn. Okay. So here is our card. Now, I don't think I pulled in any gems, but this would be really pretty with some gems on here. Let's see, what do we have? I don't think those holographic ones, I don't think I want those on there. I'm just looking through my gems to see what I have that would look nice on the front here. I've got a whole bunch, as many current ones as I can find. Those are kind of fun, those white ones there. Maybe those white ones that are in this one. You guys have any suggestions? We also have the purple goes. These are the Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. They are current. They are not on the last chance list at this point anyway. So there's those. And those are two pink. Now, these are kind of nice. Adhesive Back Pearl Trio. They're still current. They might be nice on there. I don't know. Maybe too much pink. Too much pink for that one. What are you guys thinking? Any specific gem comes to mind for you that would go well with the Blackberry Bliss and the Summer Splash? I'm gonna go really quick through my stash here and try to see what we have. You know, if that all else fails, basic rhinestones are always great, aren't they? Purple or white? Purple, yep, the white ones. Okay. All right. I think those caught my eye at first when I uh, went through my little stash here. Let's pull this out and see what we got. These are the Starburst sequence, and you get daffodil and basic white. I think the white ones are perfect. The white ones are going to be perfect, and they go with the flowers. So you have white, daffodil, and this looks like the, what is it? Pretty Peacock. No. Oh my gosh. Petunia Pop. I knew it was two P's. It came out with the wrong. Okay. The little butterflies. Oh, that's a cute idea. Let me see if I have any. I don't think I don't think I have. I think I just ordered some butterflies, to be honest with you. I don't think I have those right now. I think I am out. I am out of the butterflies. Darn. Well, let's see the little, let's do the white ones and see. So, what should we do here? How about if we just kind of go, the white will pull it all together, I think, kind of with the white that's in the other. Look at that. That's really pretty. Yeah. And then this is a bigger one. And we can put that one right there. Very pretty. I am liking it a lot. Let me bring it up close so you can see this fun fold and how pretty this paper is. So if you have some of this in your stash, make this card. It is great. Okay. They're a little bit sparkly in person. I don't think they're not showing up very sparkly on the screen. However, here you are, sent with love, and then you have plenty of room to write your message on the inside. If you really wanted to be fancy, you could make this a full card base, excuse me, or you could put more white on the back and write on the back. But that is very pretty. Now here is this is my inspiration. This was, of course, retired, but this was my inspiration. And that's what we have. That is what inspired this design with this paper. Yay! The white ones look great. They do. They look really nice. They really pull the white from here and the white background kind of in there. I guess I could have maybe cut a little closer into that. I don't know, but it looks great. And this die cut in, I mean, it works fabulous with this set. So, let me share the few samples I have for this card, this set right here. And let me grab those. Here is one using that same die. And then what I did is I took the pieces that cut out from the designer paper and I glued them over here on the side. Then I took two of those, the corner, I made a square, put it down there, and added it to the back. I love that. This one was super pretty using the die that has all the hearts, and I used one of the designer papers that's the 6x6. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, this one is super pretty too. And then here's one that's a little fancier using one of the border with a couple of the stamps that come in the set. There's that. And then I actually, oh gosh, I didn't realize this. Look, I used the gems, the little flat gems that I used on here are the ones that we used, the white ones we used on our card right here today. And then I used the eyelet embossing folder with Petunia Pop. This is Daffodil and Summer Splash. Isn't that fun? So fun. So those are the samples I have that go with fancy borders. So If that one is on your list, there's so much you can do with this. These borders make really pretty designs in cutting out and making something interesting in your basic card. Okay, last but not least, we are going to go ahead and we are going to stamp one of the Christmas cards using the Jar of Joy. I know there's been a whole lot of things done with that, but Stampin' Up gave us, I guess, a recipe sheet that we can create with measurements and a layout and all the good things. So I thought I would make this card. I did not pre-make it. I just cut according to this. So we're going to make it together. Okay? So let me grab this and this. Put these here. I just need to grab my things and get myself in order here. Okay. And oh, grab a basket. I got all my pieces cut out. We're going to use the Jar of Joy without the punch. Okay. I'm using Garden Green and Real Red. And I'm also using my Garden Green marker. So let me grab that. My Stampin' Right marker. Okay. We're going to be using that and a ruler. And speaking of markers, there is going to be an in-color sale starting August 5th through the 31st. It's 15% off anything with the current in colors, the newest in colors, meaning soft or the C, Secret C, Cloud Cover, Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger. Oh, I have them right here, Barb. Duh. Anyway, these are the colors: Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, and Secret Sea. So what is happening is anything like designer paper with the in colors, two-tone cardstock, regular cardstock, the markers, the ink pads, all the gems, anything that is the 25 to 27 in colors will be 15% off from August 5th through the 31st. So don't miss that sale. If you've been waiting for these new in colors and you haven't gotten them, now is the time. You definitely want to do that, especially the refills. So remember my little Stampin' Spot. You can get blank Stampin' Spots, and then you re-ink that. This one's Cloud Cover, and this is what I use for my Cloud Cover ink, because some crazy stuff happened with the regular ink pads, and so they don't sell them. Okay, let's take that, put this over here. Got a few things, and guess what, guys? We're going to do some heat embossing with this. This is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. That's our card base. I chose to adjust mine a little bit so that I can maximize my paper. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and this is from the Nested, I think it's Nested Winter designer paper that is still current on the online store. You can grab that up, or actually I think it might be even in the catalog, in the annual catalog, but we're using the green. So that that's going to just go down as, now they said to cut it by the 4 1/4 by 5.5, but I decided I wanted that little bit of white, just like that. Okay. All right, so there's our card base. This is using Stylish Shapes. This is the largest circle in the Stylish Shapes. I have Secret Sea, and that's going to go here, and I'm going to actually do, this is, this piece is 2 1/8 by, it says 1 7/8 is what I cut it. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this as a banner. Now the easiest way for me to cut this as a banner, And guess what? Now I'm getting warm, so I need to unzip this and take this off, guys. Hang on. All right. So the easiest way to make a banner is to come straight up, however deep you want the point to be. You're going to go right in the middle and cut right up, okay? However deep you want it to be. If you don't want it very deep, that's about a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to start at this point and I'm going to just cut at an angle right to where I cut up the center. See that? Just like that. Now, being right-handed, sometimes it's harder to get this to come up this way, so you could come over like this and just turn it over and start at the point here and just come right up to that middle point again. Okay? I'm just cutting that. Okay, and that's a terrible point. Can you see what I did? Look. I don't know if you can see, but I need to fix it a little bit. I need to come right up in here and I need to angle that just a sliver more. See there? That big of a sliver I had to get out of the way. Okay, so there's my banner, just like that. That's going to go across there. I want this piece is going to angle off here, okay? So before I cut this to match my banner, I'm going to do my embossing. So let's go ahead. We're going to take my white embossing powder and my Versamark. You can still see what's happening here, I guess. All right. This sentiment is, may your heart be filled with joy. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to take my Versamark and I'm just going to ink my sentiment up this way. Okay, and I don't have my embossing buddy over here, but let's just pray that it's going to be just fine. Okay, now I need this over to the right, so let me get that in here and stamp that just like that. Okay, you can't hardly see, you can see maybe a tad there, the color, but I'm just going to take my my white embossing powder and I'm going to use my handy tray here. Pour this on here. Whoops. Let's see. I'm going to pour over it again and tap it off again. Get the extra off. I got a couple little flyaways there. Okay, no, it's some over there too. Okay, good. Let me grab my heat tool over here. So it's noisy for a minute. While I heat emboss this. So before I make a mess, I need to move this out of the way. Okay. Alrighty. I don't know how well you can, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but maybe the magic will show. It, there, it's starting to, can you see how the color is changing, hopefully? It just gets bright white when you know, excuse me, when it has heated the ink up all the way. Okay, there we go. I can turn this off. So there is my embossing. I do have a couple little speckles there, but it'll be all right. Okay, now that that is done, what I want to do, this shows that it goes across the front. So let me pull this all the way to the edge there. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And it's coming down here just a little. I'm concentrating here, so I kind of get quiet sometimes when I concentrate. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to wait because I'm not really sure where I'm going to put this on here till I do my circle. So we're going to wait on that for a moment. Let's grab this circle. I do need a scrap paper. Let's grab this scrap paper here and we're going to stamp our ornaments with garden green to coordinate with our paper. And what I'm going to do is ink this up, and I want to have them different levels. Okay, so I'm going to start, yeah, I'm going to start kind of right in the middle here. Okay, ink this up again, and I'm going to come up a little bit just to give a little bit different height, I guess. And I'm going to come way up on this one, just like that. All right, so that's what you do. Now, the reason that you need the marker is so that we can take our lines and bring them up to the top like they're hanging from the top of the circle, if that makes sense. Hi, Sudavu, welcome. All right, so there's that, and I'm done with the green, so we're going to close that up. Now, there is this cute little bow that I'm going to stamp in red. So this is real red, and ink that up, and let me just, okay, I'm just looking at the sample. Let's see, we're going to stamp one right there. Oh, that's so cute. And let's do that, and let's do this one. It kind of overlaps a little bit, but that's okay. It's just how it is. And then let's go with that one. Oh, shoot. I missed. I did it. All right, so there's that. Now, I'm going to actually grab my colored pencils to color the insides. That's what it's suggesting in the instructions, that you could use markers or the watercolor pencil assortment number 1. So let me grab those over here. Which one is number 1? Assortment watercolor pencils. This one. Okay. Basically the one that has real red and yellow. That's what you want. So I need the daffodil and real red. That's what I want from the colored pencils. Let's move this so you can see a little bit better. And then you're just going to go ahead and color this here. But let's see. Let's try. Let's finish this, Barb. Duh. Remember I said you needed a ruler and the marker. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to take my fine tip end of my marker, and I'm going to make sure that I am, sorry my head's all in the way, maybe, I hope not, but we're going to make sure that this line comes all the way off the edge, and I am just a little bit there. Alright, and this has a little edge to it, so I want to make sure that I'm straight. Okay. And I feel like my marker is not quite as thick as my stamp, but I don't have, the new markers have a bigger tip, and so that's probably why it comes out the way that it's going to match what you stamped, but I have the old ones. I didn't buy all the new markers. I couldn't see buying all the new markers when I don't use them as much as stamps and dies and all the other things. So let me see if I can get this here. Okay, that's pretty good. I think this is the hardest part, is drawing these lines. But it's a pretty cool idea, and I just thought I would share it. Okay, bring that up to there. Okay, see the difference? See the difference? Okay. All right. Now, it says, let me see. This is showing like gold and red. Okay, so I'm going to take the yellow. I'm going to go ahead with the yellow in the center of my star because, of course, yellow seems appropriate for a star, right? So we do that. And You can color more if you wanted to. I don't know. This little bit looks good. I'm going to take the red, and there's little hearts that are in the ornaments. I'll bring it up close so you can see. Where's my... There you go. The hearts right there. And then I colored this little guy with the yellow, but it doesn't take too long. This is very fast and easy. Like I said, I think the hardest part was drawing the lines. How many of you guys use your markers? I'd be curious to know. The Stampin' Right markers, how many of you use them to color with or to use on your stamps and then stamp down? That little bit of yellow. I think we'll leave it. I don't think I'm tempted. I am tempted. Here's my coloring. I'm tempted to put more yellow on the star, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna resist the temptation. Let's put everything together. Now, this card does not have instructions to add gems, but of course you guys add your own thing, your own spin to this. So here's what we need to do. Remember, not very often unless on the rubber. Yeah. Now I know that the new markers are better on the polymer than what the old markers were. That's for sure. Okay, so this is going to go on top of my secret C, and then that needs to come down here like that. Get it straight, and then that's why I wanted to wait for my red to see exactly where I needed it to be to cut. So there's that. All right, let's do this. We're gonna stick it down first because I can't cut it this way. All right, so let's take this, make sure I don't get too far over the edge here. That's gonna go right down here like that. Make sure you have it straight. That's the biggest thing. Okay, there we go. Then let's take this, and again, being on the silicone mat is really helpful. And that's gonna come right here. Need to come down a little bit more. Right like that. There we go. That looks better. This actually is I like it. The colors, I would have never thought about the secret C with the garden green. But there's your focal point, and I actually am going to go ahead and pop this whole thing up with dimensionals somewhere here. And this is our last Christmas in July card. Since I won't be available for a live, I am going to do, I'm going to post a YouTube video. It will be on Premiere, so it's going to come out next Thursday. So once it comes out, I'm going to share it onto Facebook because I won't have my laptop with me to upload a video while I'm on vacation. But I will have a video for you guys. How about that? Being a little extra prepared myself. Proud of myself. Oh golly. Okay. And last, here is our they put it all the way to the edge like that. Maybe I think I'm just going to go to the edge of the green just like that. Beautiful. You could take Wink of Stella and color your ornaments with those. Whoops, get it here where you can see it. There is that. Now, I did just get some of these, if I can find them. I had them okay. So I just purchased these. I never purchased these the first time they came out. These are the Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Back Berries. I could take those the red dots and just put a few of the red dots, which I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add my own dots. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. I hope so. We're going to visit some family, and we're taking our youngest two grandchildren, our two grandsons. My daughter's son, Camden, he is 13, and my son's son, Alec, he's the baby of my 8 grandchildren. He is going with us, and he's 10. So, yeah, we should have a fun time. We're going to check out Pigeon Forge, you guys. We're going to take them to Pigeon Forge. We're going to take them, and Camden is going to get to meet some of my mom's side of the family, which my mom passed away. She was only 45, and so they don't know a lot of my mom's side, or haven't seen a lot of my mom's side. Okay, where should we put the third one? Or maybe 2 is good. Is 2 good, you guys? Should I just go with 2? I don't know. I think 2 is good. I think 3 is too kind of out of the way. There we go. Anyway, pulling some of that red into that green, I think, is a great idea. So, and then you have clear with these. These go wonderful with that new Christmas set, that the Jolly Holly. That is a great. These berries go great with that. Thanks, guys. All right, let me pull all 3 cards in. So if you want to take a picture and copy them, so you can have the picture in front of you when you are making though. 2 looks good. You like number 2? Is that what you're saying? Oh, 2 gems. Thank you, Diana. I got it. It took me a minute. Just a minute. Let me grab all the cards for you to see what we did tonight. So, card number 3. Card number 2 was our fun fold. I think my camera's at an angle because that looks like it's angled there. And then we did wishing you all the best. And how do you make these stay down like that? Let me share with you. One of the biggest things is taking your bone folder and really pushing this cardstock down, okay? So I'm going to really push that down. See how that made that stay down better? And then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take this and really push this edge down and look at the difference. Look at the difference in how it stays down. Isn't that great? Let me see if I can, let's do this. Trying to get them all in the screen. It's not working. There we go. All right, there's our 3 cards for the evening. I hope that you like those. Let's see here. I hope that you will try to create these. Let me do one quick thing here, you guys. I'm going to actually move me out of the way for a momento. Okay. And let's get these so you can see them better. That one's at an angle. There we go. All right. There we are. Our 3 cards for the night. And very different, but hopefully it is something that you will like. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera up. Thank you, guys. Thanks. I'm going to turn the camera up to say good night, and hopefully you'll check out the video that I'm going to do for you for next week, and have a fantastic rest of your week. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for taking your time out with me. Blessings to you all. Bye-bye.